Hi everybody, this is Odd Samurai, and today I'm gonna be reacting to Chainsaw Man, chapter 200. That's right, we're at the big 200. That's crazy, actually. I cannot believe we are already at 200 chapters. But yeah, that is the case. We're now, I think, like, yeah, we're definitely we've already passed the number of chapters that part one had. And we just had a reveal that I'd say could compare to the reveal of Makima being the control devil. Which also, just like that one, the audience is aware of the reveal, but the characters, the protagonists, are not. So I'm really curious how Asa is going to react, considering now she's the one who's had a sort of uh, relationship with Fami. Like, obviously, the one that is the sister is Yoru, but sorry, I'm still, adapting. If you hear me say Fami, but the context implies that I'm talking about this, then I am talking about the Death Devil. But we've we've spent so much time referring to this horseman as Fami. So like, please give me a little bit of time to adjust. But yeah, anyway, Death. She's been treating Asa, I'd say, quite considerate. All things considered. Like, I went and checked some moments when her and Asayoru go to get Denji away from the public safety facility, and like multiple times she's like, be careful, Asa, or like, are you okay, something along those lines. And like, why does she take the time to do that? Is any of that genuine? But yeah, it's interesting how different she treats Asa from Yoru. Like, you'd think that Yoru would be the one that she treats nicer, but not really. Also, when she talked to Nayuta at the end of the Falling Devil arc, was also like, was it genuine of her wanting to, not wanting humanity to be basically exterminated? Because her reason back then was because of food, If humanity dies completely, there won't be any delicious food. It's like, okay, makes sense, since that is the famine devil. But now we know this is death. So it's like, huh. So all the times we see her eating a bunch, does she actually like eating that much? Or was that part of the act? Or both? Meaning, like, oh, she started to act it so much and almost believe it herself that it became an actual part of her personality. Ah, I got a fly in my room. Um, because in 199 we have a moment with uh, falling. Yeah, she asks, but is it truly necessary for you to eat them alive? And I think the implication is that no, it doesn't need, she doesn't need to do that. But she does it anyway. Because apparently she considers it good manners. Okay. Yeah, so for some reason, I don't know if it's because she was impersonating Fami or because food has always been a part of the way she does things, or at least, this incarnation of the Death Devil. But yeah, in regards to like the whole thing about devils from all around the world will come in and greet the Death Devil when she comes to Earth. What's up with that? Uh, there is a small chance that it could be a lie, but also it could be that simply the Death Devil at this point, or when she first uh, entered into the story, she was just that weekend. That something like that wasn't really possible. I mean, understandably, I don't think we've ever actually no. I was gonna say like I don't think we've seen a a devil impersonate another devil before, but literally during the church arc we had also I kept saying that like oh the Justice Devil said this and that to Fakesaw, but no, actually I'm pretty sure it's the Fire Devil because the Fire Devil had been pretending to be the Justice Devil since the start of part 2. So no, we do have a precedent. Um, so technically this is the second time we've seen this. But yeah, also Fakesaw says here, can't you just not destroy mankind? And then she says that's not possible on the day of the prophecy for some reason or other. Okay? Mankind's fear of death will reach its peak. I'll awaken. When it happens, my powers will activate even if I'm sound asleep. Like, how much do we really believe this? Like, is it really something that cannot be stopped? Or is it because death has given up on trying to stop this, Like, is it like a self-fulfilling prophecy at this point? Like, it'll happen because I've given up on doing something about it? But yeah, I'm still not sure about, like, her reaction when the real family says, like, okay, then why don't you let yourself be eaten by Chainsaw Man? And she doesn't say, like, oh, that's not possible. Since she was talking about, like, oh, well, if she dies, then the new Death Devil will come in and might be even more uh, bloodthirsty. And yeah, and mankind would be destroyed in no time. But then she doesn't really give a reason as to why uh, the concept of the Death Devil being eaten wouldn't work. Or is it because she simply doesn't want to? I'm not sure. Also, she eats them, and I wasn't sure, like, I thought they were just like, you know, nothing was coming out of their mouths while they were being eaten, but I think it's just something stylistic. Like, we can't hear their screams, but they are screaming. And then that is scary. Just being eaten slowly. like literally death is using such a small, just regular ass knife to eat. Like that must have been so painful dying so slowly. And then Fakesaw not being able to move and realizing that he's next. Then it starts. And once she says, "Thank you for the meal," we have a lot of crows just coming in. And I did see someone in the comments talk about, like, oh, maybe the crows in part one were all along a foreshadowing that it was actually death observing everything that was happening. And that is a possibility, but I still think, like, they did have their just practical functionality of Makima also using them as her own eyes. That's also why we have, I think it's Yoshida telling Kishibe something about, like, oh, Makima isn't using any small animals right now to observe us. Or it could be the opposite, she is doing it. So yeah, that's definitely the case. So I think just like every horseman can do it. But like, it's definitely intentional, you know. That crows are definitely linked to death and are representative of it. And that's why they show up here. I don't know, I'm gonna have to think a little more about that one. So yeah, she makes little totems of Fami and Fakesaw, which is interesting that she can do that to Fakesaw too, even though he's not like a fiend or a devil. And they're actually able to go against her for a little bit until she gives them a direct order. But yeah, those two are gonna cause mayhem. So yeah, let's see where we go from here. Okay, chapter 200. Oh, okay. We're going back to Denji and Asa. She's still doing what he told her to do. So she's just using Bang. Even though she's just aiming at nothing. There's nothing there. It's literally there's already a hole in that building. Oof. Title of the chapter, Toxic Couple. Well. As if it wasn't obvious, but some people need it spelled out. What are you doing? Shooting the sunset because I hate sunburns? Oh, okay. It wasn't nothing in particular. It was the sun. She's trying to get rid of it. I mean, at this point, why not? I bought us some grub at the convenience store. Aren't you broke? Did you steal that? Nah, I bought it with a wallet I found on a dead body. That's appalling. Then don't eat it. She takes a bite. Convenience store food is full of toxic additives. Interesting that using that word for the food. I mean, she says that, but she's still eating it. Now there might be some symbolism there. She acknowledges that something is toxic for her, but she still goes ahead and continues doing it because she feels like she has no other choice. Then don't eat it. I can't eat it because I'm a toxic woman now. Oof. Denji just stares at her for one panel and then says, "Cool." I mean, should have expected that reaction. She takes another bite. You were right, Denji. I should only do fun things. I don't have to think about the unpleasant things. Oh, this is what I was nervous about. Did I say that? You did. He already forgot. During class, in the bath before I fall asleep, I used to always be thinking about the bad things. I always pissed off at everyone. At everyone? That's spelled, or the grammar is a little weird. I was always pissed off at everyone for living normal lives while I was going through hell. Turns out they were just trying not to think about it. Oh man. Has Asa completely bought into the ignorance is bliss mentality? I mean, I wouldn't blame her. Like, that's definitely after everything she's have to deal with. Yeah, just like Denji. Like, that's, like, of course she'd go for that coping mechanism. Denji just stares at her as she's finishing the food, bites it, and then goes down. Crap. Now Yoru is back. Man, I thought we were gonna have more time until she came back. Denji, join me for some post-meal exercise. So they're both riding on a bike as Yoru kills some chainsaw people. Okay. And one of their heads lands on the basket and they laugh. Well, the only thing going on in my head is like, yeah, the title of the chapter, huh? Yeah, this feels like the encapsulation of that. Oh, right in front of them, Fakesaw shows up. That one looks like a big shot. Watch its head. Oh man, I guess I'm not close enough to be able to tell that it's not a regular chainsaw person. She aims at him, and nothing happens. They're both surprised, and Fakesaw seems like he launches both of them into a building and causes an explosion. Or maybe it wasn't both of them, it was whatever it is that gets launched. You know, whenever Yoru uses a bang. I never really thought much of it, but I guess it has to be like compressed air. But both of them follow the bike. Should Chainsaw Man be riding a bicycle with a girl? Ooh. So Fakesaw knows that this is the real Chainsaw Man? But also it could be that that Death told them. But yeah, she just told them, both of them, to plunge mankind into an abyss of terror. Not to hunt directly war and chainsaw. But that's where he went. Huh? Hmm. Fakesaw starts getting closer. Should the solitary warrior from hell be flirting with a girl? That ain't my backstory, bub. I don't know about the translation for the last word, but sure. That just makes me think of Wolverine. This is cool though. I've been wanting Denji to go against Fakesaw for a bit. This could get some cool places in regards to Denji uh, looking inside him in regards to what makes up his identity. So a fight starts, and Denji's chainsaws haven't fully come out. Okay. Denji jumps into the air as he's about to strike at Fakesaw, and now he's in full Chainsaw Man form. That's a really cool panel, actually. From page 14, yeah, Denji landing on the ground as Fakesaw is about to go after him. Ooh. But Denji managed already to uh, cut off at least one of his arms. This is cool though, considering that uh, the other thing we've seen of Fakesaw, of this one, because we don't know if every Fakesaw we've seen is the same one. It's just doing quick work of real Fami again and again. So seeing him take so much damage from just one attack from Denji is interesting. Though it could also be because he's being controlled and can't really use his full mental capacities. His arm falls and says, "Are you aware of the mistake you've made?" Ooh, okay. What? So, Fixel is being controlled, but he does seem to retain his personality from what we've seen of him, and also his memories too. Also, it's kind of funny that he's confronting the real Chainsaw Man. Like, should you be doing this? The solitary warrior from hell. Like, bro, he really, he really acting like he knows. I mean, to be fair though, that could, like the solitary warrior from hell, that I feel like that does fit Pochita. But it doesn't seem like he has any idea who Denji is. I mean, are you aware of the mistake you've made? I can think of a few, but I'm surprised that, like, just the way that he said, should you be flirting with a girl? It didn't seem like he had a problem with, it could have just been a random girl. He just had a problem that he was flirting at all. Otherwise, why wouldn't he mention that he's with the war devil? And that's the mistake he's making. At least, like, my first thought was that the mistake he's making is just going around with the war devil. considering what she's gonna do after the prophecy. Now we don't know specifics, but it seems like it's gonna be pretty bad. Worse than what she's already done. Subjectively, I doubt it. But obviously it's gonna be like in our grand scale. And we do know, let me go back to, I think it was 197. Let me see. It's my job to stop the coming prophecies of Nostradamus. This girl was an evil devil partly responsible for destruction. So this was when he thought that Fami was the death devil? And even then, he still thought that she was only partly responsible. And the one that's gonna be mostly responsible, I'm guessing, is gonna be Yoru. Yeah, I think that's the implication. Now, how does the fire devil know Yoru's plans? I don't know, but surely we're gonna find out. Like, the fire devil is kind of a big mystery right now. But yeah, intriguing last page to leave off on. Also, I'm surprised that Fakesaw didn't introduce himself as Chainsaw Man. And instead just started scolding Denji. Because he's not conforming to what he expects of Chainsaw Man. So that was really interesting. But the beginning stuff with Asa, I feel like was just as interesting. And it's, well, I'm not entirely sure if she's gonna stay like that. For a long while. Or if she's gonna snap out of that mentality. But at the same time, like, I'm guessing she's really clinging to this because she was already at the verge of a breakdown. And this is the only thing keeping her from that. By pretending like, oh yeah, if I just focus on trying to have fun, then all the bad stuff does not exist. Oh man, that hurts. Oh, that hurts. And the thing is, though, like, when she says, I can eat it because I'm a toxic woman now, like, oh, that's so sad. It just seems like she's really taking in all the responsibilities and all the wrongdoings that Yoru has done and piling them onto herself. And that's really concerning, even if it's not surprising at all. Like, she's really blaming herself for a lot of things that she didn't do. And it's just, there's no one here that will even try to tell her, no, you're not. Don't say that. What Yoru does not reflect on your person. Because Denji is even more dysfunctional than she is. So of course there wouldn't be a healthy back and forth. Trying to have her, trying to make her have a better look of herself. Like at this point, Denji's just so done trying to do that. Like during the Falling Devil arc, he could have. He did. But not anymore. Things will never go back to the way they were. And yeah, and that's sad to see. And the fact that she's seeing this as basically like a fix of the way that she used to be at the beginning of part 2, like this is not the way. And like, oh, I was always like pissed off and jealous at people uh, living it up or having just, a better life than me. And, in different circumstances, it could work. Like, oh, I should stop just focusing on the bad things and trying to be satisfied with the good things I do have. But that doesn't really work here. She really is just like not even like trying to run away from reality. She's just simply closing her eyes and pretending that whatever is happening doesn't affect her. So yeah, I think that's all I have to say for the chapter. And yeah, I'm really curious what Fakesaw is actually gonna tell Denji. Now, I don't think Denji's really gonna listen to him, but I am curious. So yeah, this is gonna, yeah, the end of the reaction. So if you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. Till next time, see ya.